I'm in the town of Kirov, named after Sergey Kirov, who was assassinated. Was Stalin responsible? So Kirov was from this region, that's why this town, the regional capital, took his name. It's a quaint little town, so let's enjoy a little stroll around it, and at the same time we can examine the case for and against Stalin. So the case against Stalin, I mean, my goodness, I think Stalin's reputation precedes him more than anything. So probably a lot of people would instantly assume that Stalin had something to do with it. Stalin's successor, Khrushchev, claimed that Stalin was responsible. The assassination actually took place inside the Smolny building, which is where Lenin organised the revolution. So to have happened in such a place, you have to question the security in there. At the time of the shooting, he was alone. He was with one bodyguard, but he wasn't present. He'd just gone to get him lunch or something like that. Now, obviously the security would have been organised by the security services, which was the predecessor of the KGB, the NKVD. So they were subordinate to Stalin, although they're a big, powerful organisation. It's possible that they could have acted on their own orders, but then again, to assassinate someone as big as Kirov, they probably would have needed permission from Stalin. As is well known, Stalin used Kirov's death as an excuse to start the mass repressions. So, did he need to have somebody popular eliminated in order to get the public support for the mass purge? Incredibly, just 6 weeks before the successful assassination, the assassin actually made an attempt, again in the Smolny Institute. He was arrested and they found a revolver in his briefcase. For some strange reason, he was let go. The very day after Kirov's assassination, his closest bodyguard died in a car crash. Now, Stalin suffered from paranoia. This greatly increased after he got betrayed by Hitler, but still, presumably there were signs of paranoia there before. So, was he threatened, or did he feel threatened by Kirov's popularity? There's no written evidence that Stalin was involved, but then again, there wouldn't be, would there? Just a chat with the head of the NKVD in private would have been enough. Now let's look at the case in favour of Stalin. Now firstly, just because he signed death lists of people who he thought were enemies of the state, that alone doesn't necessarily mean he ordered Kirov's death. Like I already mentioned, the main case against Stalin came after his death by Khrushchev, who was trying to discredit Stalin. So what motive did Stalin actually have? I mean, if he wanted to start the Great Purge, he could have just started it, couldn't he? I mean, this is Stalin. Why do you have to go to the trouble of assassinating Kirov in order to start it? It's not like he had to care about public opinion anyway, because he wasn't going to get voted out of office, was he? Even if you think that perhaps secretly Stalin didn't like Kirov, well then, if he didn't like him, then why after his death did he name loads of towns and cities after him, stadiums, streets, battleships, parks, you name it, and many of them still keep Kirov's name even today? There are probably more statues and busts to Kirov than anyone else, with the exception of Lenin, of course. And as we're here, let's enjoy that statue of Lenin. It's one of my favourite ones, and it's quite a rare one as well, being made of these big granite blocks. So if Stalin liked Kirov, which we believe to be the case, then why would he have ordered the assassination of someone he likes? And if he disliked him, well then why would he have glorified him after his death so much? During the time, anyone that fell from grace was immediately wiped from Soviet history, not celebrated. Let's not forget that someone's innocent until proven guilty, and although it's now been 90 years since the assassination, there's never been any proof that Stalin did it. Basically, there's no evidence against him. Let's not forget, Kirov made it to the very top, and I'm pretty sure along the way he must have upset quite a few people. This is the murky world of 1930s Soviet politics. he got to be the party boss of Leningrad, and I'm sure that many people perhaps did have a grudge against him. There's even been a suggestion that he might have been having an affair with the assassin's wife. She worked in one of the departments that he worked at, so you know it might not have been a political murder after all. I mean, it probably was, but you never know. The assassin was a criminal. You know, he had a criminal history, so for him it's probably just another crime. One of the problems that anyone has if they want to study Soviet history is that, you know, the Soviet Union was a secretive state at the best of times, you know, so trying to find out anything is kind of impossible, and at the time, or even now as well. So I guess a lot of it you just have to extrapolate from the facts or from the supposed facts, and a lot of it also must surely just be speculation. So it's hard to go definitive either way, isn't it? The jury has been firmly out for the past 90 years, and it seems it's going to remain out as well.